Imagine a world that once shimmered with magic, a world named Kael'Thar, where rivers flowed with liquid starlight, forests whispered ancient spells, and the skies were a canvas for dragons and shimmering sigils. It was a realm of wonder, a tapestry woven with the arcane, but that world is gone, burned away, forgotten. Today, Kelthar groans under the iron fist of the Sanctum Imperium, a theocratic empire forged in steel, fire, and absolute, unyielding doctrine. Their creed is simple, brutal, and hammered into the soul of every citizen. Magic is sin, magic is ruin, magic is treason. This new age began with the purge of the Nine Moons. The great Arcanum, a library that held the collected knowledge of millennia, was set ablaze. Its vast halls and towering shelves were reduced to cinders, its priceless books turned to ash. The scholars, the keepers of this knowledge, met a gruesome fate, crucified along the endless spire roads as a warning to all who would dare to remember. Magic, once a source of life and creation, is now spat from the lips as the vile craft. It's forbidden in all its forms. A simple whispered rune, a candle flame that flickers a little too brightly, a glance held a second too long, any of these can draw the suspicious eyes of the Imperium. And suspicion is a death sentence. The punishment is always public, always slow, and always framed as a sacred duty, a spectacle of faith over heresy, at the heart of. This oppressive regime is the Sanctum Imperium, ruling with the unshakable authority of so-called divine revelation. They claim that a higher power commanded them to banish magic, citing its inherently corrupting nature, a plague that would rot the world from within. Enforcing this doctrine are the Inquisitors of the Flame, clad in black and crimson robes, their garments stitched with holy scripture. They are the relentless hunters of the Hexborn, those born with the taint of magic. They wield blades forged from null silver, a metal that drinks magic like a sponge, and their chanted prayers can unravel a spell before it even forms. They are judge, jury, and executioner, guided by a chillingly fervent piety. Above even the inquisitors sits the cathedra, a mysterious council of blind prophets. They claim to see not with mortal eyes, but with a divine vision granted to them by their God. It is they who dictate the law, interpret dreams, and sign the death warrants. Their word is absolute, their judgment final. They are the unseen architects of this magic-less world. The Imperium has outlawed every conceivable form of the vile craft. There is bloodcraft, the dangerous art of drawing power from one's own life for sore, more sinisterly from others. There are the whispering arts, which allow communion with spirits, the restless dead, or the shadows that cling to the corners of the world. Sigil weaving, the practice of carving potent runes into skin, stone, or even the very air you breathe, is a capital crime. And then there's dream shaping, the most insidious of all, the ability to enter the minds of others, to walk through their memories, and to glimpse the tangled threads of the future. In this world, even the mere possession of an old spellbook or the tragedy of a child born with eyes that glow with an unnatural light is enough to bring the inquisitors to your door. The result is always the same, execution. But even in the deepest, most suffocating darkness, a spark can endure, scattered, hunted, and living in constant fear. A clandestine group of mages still exists. They are the embers of a forgotten fire, practicing their craft in secret cellars and forgotten ruins. They trade spells like precious relics, whisper incantations in soundproofed rooms, and bury their ancient grimoires beneath the crypts of long-dead kings. They raise their children in hidden sanctuaries, teaching them the truths the Imperium has tried so desperately to erase. They call themselves the Ember Veil. They hold to a defiant belief that magic is not a curse, but a fundamental truth of their world, a birthright stolen from them by the Imperium's web of lies and fear. Their motto is a whispered promise of rebellion, a vow of vengeance passed from one generation to the next. Let them fear the flame they buried, for ash remembers fire. Let's step into this world for a moment. Picture the execution square in the cold gray light of dawn. A young boy, no older than 10, kneels on a stone platform before the assembled might of the sanctum. His lips, small and pale, have been sewn shut with gleaming golden thread, a symbolic act to silence the source of his crime. Surrounding him, a circle of 12 inquisitors in their crimson robes chant prayers of purification, their voices a low, menacing drone that fills the square. The crowd is a mixture of jeers, sobs, and fearful silence. Mothers clutch their children tighter, pulling them close, their faces a mask of terror and relief that it isn't their child on the block. The charge is read aloud, ringing out over the hushed populace. He healed a dying bird with a breath, an act of compassion twisted into an act of heinous reason. But not everyone is watching from the ground. High above, cloaked in the shadows of the old bell tower, a figure observes the grim spectacle. She is unseen, a ghostin. The morning mist beneath her worn leather gloves, her fingers glow with a faint, suppressed light. Her eyes, if you could see them, are not the eyes of a normal woman. They are veined with the unmistakable light of embers, burning with a quiet, controlled fury. As the Inquisitor's chant reaches its crescendo, she begins her own silent work. Her lips move, forming whispered runes that drift on the wind, invisible and deadly. She marks the Inquisitors, one by one, a sigil of reckoning for each of them, a debt to be paid. In her mind, a single cold thought echoes the creed of her people, a promise whispered to the boy below and to the world that has forgotten itself. Let justice be rewritten in flame. This is the world of Kael'Thar, a world of secrets and lies, of brutal oppression and desperate rebellion. Who will you follow in this story? The young sorceress in the tower, an instrument of the Ember Veil's vengeance. A conflicted inquisitor whose faith is beginning to crack under the weight of the atrocities he commits? Or perhaps a simple citizen trapped between the crushing weight of the Imperium and the dangerous allure of the forbidden vile craft? The ashes are stirring and the fire is about to be rekindled. Thank you so much for diving into this world with me. If you are as captivated by the ashes of Kael'Thar as I am and want to see where the story goes next, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to follow. Until next time, stay curious.